Man, oh man, it sure has been a day there, folks. A couple hours back now, we have now finalized, unfortunately so, Complexity losing their young member, that being 17-year-old oBo, as Jason Lake has now taken to stream. I unfortunately cannot play you guys that clip because for some reason it is copyright struck on Twitch currently, but can confirm to all of you guys, and now widely confirmed, oBo has now benched himself from this roster because of their European location, of course, alongside boot camps over in Europe. You can only imagine, and tons of people have already said this, you're 17 years old. Yeah, you're doing what you love. You're playing the game you love. You're making some great money, but you're 17 years old living in a country or countries that, you know, you're just so young. And I cannot fathom that kind of experience for a young 17-year-old kid, for him to be homesick. And according to Jason Lake, to want to go back home to the United States. I really can't fault him for that, guys. The Juggernaut that initially is now no longer because oBo has benched himself. A replacement for him is being searched for, but no players have been talked to. And even more so for all you Cloud9 fans out there, because that seems to be the talk of the town as they build their own Juggernaut, already tossing tons of money towards that three-man roster so far. Jason has confirmed they have not talked to any organizations thus far, as this announcement and this news coming to him has only happened over the course of the past 24 hours. Obviously, he was very emotional during this time, guys, and I do feel for a player like oBo. You feel even more for an owner like Jason Lake, what he has actually put into this lineup to have one of his young stars who still has a bright future in Counter-Strike to leave like this. It's probably got to hurt for both sides. But I really don't know if I see the Cloud9 thing happening. You know, you leave one European lineup for another. Cloud9 supposedly going Europe as well. I don't think that would be the way, especially because Cloud9 already over the course of 3 years, if those contracts do get fulfilled, have committed what? Nearly $3.5 million to just 3 players, not to mention a couple more and a coach and staff. And oBo's probably going to have a pretty big buyout under his name. I don't know. Again, yes, it could be possible. It seems highly unlikely right now. Just an overall it's a weird situation currently in Counter-Strike. Just an hour and a half ago, I covered our first accused match fixer now being left without a job in Valorant, formerly of Counter-Strike. And it's just a really weird time to be covering the news out there because borderline none of the news is actually good news. Complexity is making changes, guys. Where oBo will go, we do not know. Who will be his replacement? We do not know. When it comes time for points, RMR-wise, Complexity's hurting even more because of these changes. And it's just an all-around very sucky situation. If you are a Counter-Strike fan, especially from the North American scene, it gets even suckier because thanks to Decay. Make sure to check out his article, guys. Support your creators out there because according to multiple sources reaching out to Decay, it will be 100 Thieves, Counter-Strike coach. I'm going to keep on calling this guy I'm a pet to the day I die, but his name is Chet. And apparently Chet is now exploring Valorant options. Now, why this is actually very curious, if you guys don't remember back in the day, you know, when Valorant was still in closed beta and people, especially us CSGO fans, we were like, it's not going to do a thing, dude. CSGO is always going to be the best FPS, #1 FPS, largest FPS in the entire world. If you're a North American CS fan, you have now seen the punishment and damage that Valorant and the current ongoing Counter-Strike scene has caused itself in North America, and it's beginning to get very worrying. If I'm being frank and honest with all of you guys, I know a lot of you watching are European CS fans. You can keep on making your NA CS jokes, but they're probably going to keep on happening because the NA scene is certainly suffering. The amount of players, mid-tier, as well as IGLs, and now potentially coaches leaving North American Counter-Strike is very worrying, and apparently, according to Decay, it will be Chet now actually looking for Valorant offers. Whether or not it's going to be on 100 Thieves, it seems probably not going to happen, but still you gotta be curious if he does have offers. It seems like he will, and I always think back to he was one of the first people to call out the suffering of the CS scene as IGLs go from CSGO to Valorant, and now he could be a coach to the same exact thing. And I'll leave you guys on this. Of course, what do you think about that? Does this make perfect sense, though, with the ongoing debate of the coach spectating bug and scandal? The future of Counter-Strike coaches is no longer guaranteed. If you're a very smart guy, as Chet is, why would you not be exploring other options in an esport that is guaranteed to have future coaches, which Counter-Strike is no longer? That's the dagger right there. And so this just, it simply makes sense, and it's super concerning, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more in the days to come. But man, oh man, it's like, I love covering the news, but it's also just, it's all sucky, you know? Golly. Hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day, though, all right? Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Thanks to all of you guys who've been leaving comments and likes and subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate you. Until next time, take care.